In a world gripped by uncertainty, where shadows of fear loom large, we find ourselves on the precipice of an unprecedented event. The countdown has already begun, and a catastrophe in the shape of a natural disaster, nuclear war, or a major terrorist attack might wipe away the mightiest existence of humankind from the heart of Mother Earth. In January 2023, the Doomsday Clock shifted to 90 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been to midnight since the clock was created in 1947. So, as the clock keeps ticking relentlessly, we are on the brink of an event that will change the course of humanity. But have you ever thought what happens on Doomsday? Well, it is inevitable that the majority of humankind will cease to exist. But the United States of America has a plan in place to whisk the US President, Secretary of Defense, and the Joint Chiefs of Staff to safety. And that plan is the Doomsday aircraft. The United States Air Force currently has 4 such Doomsday aircraft, otherwise known as the Nightwatch aircraft, or more accurately, the Boeing E-4 Advanced Airborne Command Post, a militarized version of the Boeing 747-200. Would you like to learn about these fascinating aircraft? Then be sure to watch this video until the very end, as we will reveal all. So, what is the Doomsday aircraft? Hopefully, it will never come to this. But if the United States ever found itself in the middle of a major natural disaster or nuclear war, it would need the ability to get a command and control center off the ground and away from potential vulnerable areas within just a few minutes. The Doomsday aircraft will serve this very purpose, similar to having an eye in the sky. Designed and built for the National Emergency Airborne Command Post, or the NEACP program, the fleet of 4 aircraft consists of a series of Boeing 747-200Bs that have been specially converted to become the E-4 series. These aircraft are nominally similar to Air Force One, but have been outfitted with the most complete and sophisticated spectrum of communications equipment that has ever flown. Each Doomsday aircraft is equipped with an electrical system that can accommodate sophisticated electronics and a range of communications tools, whilst also being shielded from electromagnetic pulse effects. This consists of a very low-frequency antenna that can be trailed up to 5 miles behind the aircraft while in flight. Super high-frequency and mil-star communications equipment are also housed on top of the aircraft's fuselage within its distinctive dome or bulge. Senior executives can communicate globally via the Airborne Operations Center thanks to an innovative satellite communications technology. According to the United States Space Force, mil-star is a joint service satellite communications system that provides secure, jam-resistant worldwide communications to meet essential wartime requirements for high-priority military users. The multi-satellite constellation links command authorities with a wide variety of resources, including ships, submarines, aircraft, and ground stations. Shielding against thermal and radioactive impacts, acoustic management, a better technical control facility, and an improved air conditioning system for cooling electrical components are some other enhancements of these Doomsday aircraft. Information on exactly how the plane can withstand a nuclear attack is classified, but it is known that the computers and wiring on board are hardened with thermal and nuclear shielding. Interestingly, the cockpit contains analog controls, and workstations are outfitted with hardwired phones and monitors designed to operate in the event of a nuclear electromagnetic pulse. There are no windows besides the cockpit in order to protect the communication system from the outside heat or an electromagnetic pulse. Additionally, each window in the cockpit has an electromagnetic pulse shielding grid to protect the sensitive systems of the plane from harm. The aircraft can be refueled mid-flight during times of war or any major crisis. The aircraft was initially planned to be able to stay in the air for an entire week in case of an emergency, but during a test flight for endurance, it stayed airborne and completely functional for 35.4 hours. If you are enjoying this deep dive into the Doomsday aircraft, then before we delve any further, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment below to let us know. Back on topic, the 595th Command and Control Group's 1st Airborne Command and Control Squadron, based at Offutt Air Force Base near Omaha, Nebraska, operates the 4 E-4B aircraft. When in use, an E-4B is referred to as a National Airborne Operations Center. The plane's crew are stationed at nearby barracks just in case the plane needs to get airborne with urgency. The expense of operating a Nightwatch is sky high, with costs of around $160,000 per hour when in flight, including all the usual costs like fuel and the very hefty human resource costs to keep this operation functioning. Now, to better understand this Doomsday aircraft, let's roll back in time to unveil when this aircraft was made. Of the current aircraft, the original two started out as a set of 74-7200 airframes that were built to be outfitted as commercial jetliners. When the delivery airline failed to fulfill the order, Boeing offered the airframes to the United States Air Force. The program cost was estimated at $548 million for 7 Boeing 747s, 6 of which would serve as operational command posts and 1 would be used for research and development. A 4th aircraft was ordered in December 1973, and it was given the designation E-4B after being outfitted with more modern hardware. The first E-4B, which stood out from the earlier model by having a sizable and streamlined radome on the dorsal side just below the upper deck, was delivered by Boeing on December 21, 1979. This houses the super high-frequency satellite antenna for the aircraft. The E-4Bs were hardened against the effects of a nuclear electromagnetic pulse, or EMP, from a nuclear bomb and promised a significant improvement in communications capability over the previous model. Now, what is EMP hardening of an aircraft? So, EMP hardening of aircraft means shielding the aircraft to keep the radio frequency energy out of it and to safeguard the electronics to withstand the signals that do penetrate. EMP hardening in aircraft is generally done by either continuous metallic shielding using steel or copper, or by tailored hardening of the most vulnerable elements and circuits by redesigning them to be more rugged so that the elements are able to withstand much higher currents. By hardening the aircraft, the electromagnetic pulse protection was provided for all onboard electronics and wiring. All 3 E-4As have since been converted to E-4B versions as of January of 1985. You might be wondering, since these Doomsday aircraft are so old, will the United States Air Force ever replace them? These aircraft are, after all, aging and almost 20 years beyond their expected lifespans. Donald Rumsfeld, the former United States Secretary of Defense, predicted that all 4 E-4Bs would retire by 2009. However, just 1 did so in 2007. But because these aircraft have such unique capabilities, the retired aircraft was then later brought back into service. 2 of the other aircraft were damaged by a tornado in June 2017, and it is said that a plan still exists to replace them with even more powerful variants. In 2021 and 2022, the US Air Force began developing a replacement for the E-4Bs. However, the search for a replacement has been put off more than once, and the Air Force said in early 2022 that the program is still in the very early stages of development. In its budget request for 2023, the Air Force asked for about $203 million for research, development, testing, and evaluation for a replacement. The Future Years Defense Program predicts that the funding will grow to almost $610 million in 2024 and to $856 million in 2025. However, there has been a growing concern regarding the slow progress about the development, availability, and capability of the future E-4s. And so for now, the future of the existing Doomsday aircrafts seems secure for at least a few more years. Since catastrophe can never be predicted, a Doomsday plane is always on standby. Not only that, but while traveling abroad, the President is always accompanied by or near a Doomsday plane, ensuring that in times of crisis, the wings of apocalypse are ready to spread wide. The Doomsday plane's existence is not top secret. However, the United States Air Force has always refused to talk about them with the public or the media in any real detail. And the Doomsday Plane that is always stationed in Nebraska is the only one that has been publicly acknowledged and to which press have been given access. And that concludes our exciting video revealing all you needed to know about the Doomsday aircraft. If you have found value in this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below to let us know you have joined the channel. Stay tuned to watch our next videos.